Hello, loves. How are you? Welcome to the full moon in Capricorn. I have been so excited for this one for months and months and months. Actually, the last one and this one have been the ones I've been most excited for. But what's interesting is those are the ones I have the least time to come and talk to you about them. So that's kind of a bummer, but I guess I have to flow with that and trust that. With this full moon, this is just, and when I did if you have one of the moon energy collaborations that I did with the two girls in Australia, if you have that calendar, you know that the reading that I put for this full moon talked about how what we are letting go of right now is like the most powerful thing of the whole year, and it's really going to lay out the foundation for what's going to be happening in this new year. So the biggest flavor of this full moon right now is that every single human being is so thinking about what they need to let go of, and it's all over the house. It's like you're going to be looking at these clothes and thinking, I don't wear these anymore, I need to get rid of them. You're going to be so much refining and scaling down in regards to your home environment. It's going to filter off into other layers of your life. Not so much with people. Like, that's one where I don't feel like that's so much where people are focused right now. It's like these things. It's like these, it's valuables. It's things that we value, but we're not necessarily holding the same value on them that we used to. So it used to be like, oh, I need all these things to feel good about myself. When my closet is totally stocked, I feel more valuable. My house is full of values. But right now, there's something that's happening with everybody where they're ready to let it all go. You'll be like, 10 garments of clothing is all I want, just the ones that I really wear and just the ones that I really love, and no holding on to things. So there's a big separation that's occurring with us really looking at things and being like, I don't want to hold on to that anymore. Kind of like, I don't want to drag that around anymore. I don't need that to define who I am anymore. So definitely over the next 4 days, make the space within your house, really like letting go of all these things that you just don't need and that are cluttering up the space and cluttering up the feng shui of your environment. And also too, because we're, 2015 is powerful. 2016 is really the big dealio. From what I feel, but this one is the one that's most powerful in how much we're going to change from this moment now to the end of the year. So this one is we've been in the boot camp years ever since the end of 2012. So 2013 boot camp, 2014 boot camp, 2015 serious boot camp. But this is where this boot camp year is where we are most okay with it and most eager for it and most ready for it. So this year is different than the past years we've had, because now we're like, bring it, and like really like, I want to change everything that does not make me happy. I want to change everything about my life that does not feel like I'm living it to the max and doing everything that really is my potential. But with the giving away stuff, because we're moving closer to, like, this could be like the critical year is how you could put it with critical degrees in astrology, the last degree or the first degree. But because we're moving so closer to this, it's really kind of cool, but a lot of the feelings that you're going to have with wanting to let go of things and wanting to just clear the space is also looking at these things and saying, like, somebody else could use this. That Aquarian energy coming in of somebody else could use this, somebody else could wear these clothes, somebody else could use these things that I really don't need anymore. So that's another part of it, is donating these things, wanting to, like, I just imagine that the thrift stores and the Salvation Army and all those places will be so jam-packed full, especially in this first week, because we're just really like, I want to get rid of it. And not so much, like I said, like it's ever been this strong before. It's a new thing that we're feeling so much like, I don't need that. You know, I even had 3 dreams in a row where I was cleaning up all these clothes off the floor. Like every dream was me taking all these things off the floor and hanging them up, but then it was like giving them away, getting rid of them. So it was kind of funny that I had that, you know, completely implanted in me, and I know a lot of you are feeling that same thing. It's like, get rid of it. So, you know, the basic energy of this time right now is like the hugest shedding of the skins that you can imagine. So, you know, like I said, this is the boot camp year where we're really, you know, actually signing up for it, instead of feeling like it was just pushed on us and we were forced to do this. Like this year, it's like, I want to do this. I want to go to boot camp. I want to get in shape. I want to get healthy. I want to heal my life. I want to be moving closer to at least living a job that I love what I'm doing. I want to be doing what I love, you know. So there's really strong feelings of a breaking, you know, because there's a brittle to this energy too, is what I wanted to explain. It's brittle in a way where things are just breaking off, and parts of our old life are breaking off, and these old ways of being are breaking. It's brittle so that they just crack and become 2 halves. So it's really easy to kind of let go of things and really feel like you like everything about you feels completely different. Everything feels transformed. Everything feels like a brand new kind of life because of what you let go of. It's not real gray area break-offs. It's like when you break that stick, you know, there's 2 definite halves to it, and there's not like a fastening of a little way, it's broke, you know, or it's better like with glass. You break that glass, it's broke, it's separate. There's not like things that are still kind of hanging on, it's severed. So everything that you're thinking about right now is really allowing this total and absolute break within your life, and it's great though. And it's filtering off into so many areas of your life. So a lot of this stuff, what's really kind of amazing is a lot of this stuff is actually past life related. So there's another really new energy that's showing us how to kind of heal these things. And you know, I got this energy, I just got it a little while ago, that it's so, for so many of us, it's this fractured mother thing that so many people know about. And it's so interesting to me too, because so many of my friends have kids and their children are #1 in their life above any other thing, above career, above partner, above friends. It's like, that's their baby. That's their baby. They created this baby, and they so want to do everything they can to really give this baby the best life it could ever possibly have. And what that is doing is it's having them look at themselves so much, you know. So really it's opening the moms to doing their own inner work now and really facing these things that they picked up from childhood that involved not being nurtured, not being supported, not getting the care that they needed to really kind of grow and blossom into the plant that we all envision ourselves to be. You know, so as I've said, I've written this a lot about, you know, some people had Miracle Grow put in their plants and some people had rocks put in their plants. So everything that happened in their life was kind of then having to, like, you know, be that flower that's, you know, growing in the cracks in the sidewalk. Kind of so much more effort to come forward and shine that light and really be who you're here to be. So we've all come from these different kind of things, but what's happening right now, and I'm having goosebumps even seeing it and feeling it, is that, you know, and we've been building up for this, but really kind of one part of it is seeing that, you know, all of it was perfect. You know, we really, there's not even any sense to go back and blame, and there's also 0 sense in playing the victim in regards to whatever we were conditioned with or whatever environment we grew up seeing. There's no value in seeing yourself as a victim, in continuing to tell the story that is reinforcing the victimhood and how hard I had it and blah 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 blah. It's basically like saying something like, you know, if you think about, you know, time flies so quickly, and something that was so important right now is nothing, you know. You know, even me, when I got, you know, the power went out in my house, you know, a couple weeks ago, and it totally threw me off balance because I had all this stuff to do, and then I couldn't sleep, and it was just all this stuff. But seriously, it's nothing now. You know, it's silly for me to go, oh my gosh, and you know what? The power went out 2 weeks ago in my house, you know? But that's what we're doing with our wounds. Oh my God, you know what I came from? You know what I had to experience? You know what happened to me? You know what was done to me? Do you notice the fire just got bigger when I was talking about that? I wanted to sit by the fire too, because this is such a powerful transformative energy. So I was kind of hoping, I kind of told the fire to speak through this reading, you know, and like when things are getting heavy, like burn it off, you know, help us burn it off, help us collectively, everybody who's listening, like your energy is burning off, right? Right? Let's believe in magic like that. So it did, you see, it sparked up. So you know, really kind of just start paying attention to that, because you just saw the analogy I gave and it made a lot of sense. You really got that, wow, that is the same thing, you know, when you're talking about these things that have happened to you and these traumatic experiences you've had, and how you didn't get loved and you didn't get touched, and or they touched you in the wrong way, or they violated you. And it's just, the energy right now is really just saying, let's let it let's let it go. Let's let it go. Let's free ourselves up. Let's shed this skin. Let's stop repeating those stories of victimhood, which is only manifesting yourself as a future being of victim. And let's be done with that. Let's shed that skin. Let's rise above. Let's know that that was a part of our life. That was a chapter of our life. But now we've moved forward, and now we're into another chapter where we're manifesting the life of our dreams, and we're manifesting people who love and value us. We're manifesting people who touch us in appropriate ways. We're manifesting a career that is unfolding effortlessly, because we're not still vibrating as the victim, which the victim doesn't win, right? The victim doesn't have good things happen, right? You know, the victim loses the races, right? The victim doesn't get the job, right? So just think about like what kind of energy you're putting into your future as still calling yourself the victim, or still looking at your life as a mistake, because you know, this is only something that you can really get farther in the future and see. And I'm always talking about this, but we really do enter a different space in life, and elders talk about this. You know, if you ever hang out with people in their 70s or 80s, like I do, of course, because I love that, they talk differently about their experiences. They always share the message of don't take things so personally, and really just love the people you have, love the moments you have, love everything as understanding that it's teaching you a lesson. So this energy is very liberating. It's very much like the fire burning and burning away all the stuff that is bad and that we don't need to carry with us anymore. The muck, the disarray, the things not connecting, and our addiction to holding on to those and feeling so deficient because we didn't get nurtured, because we didn't get loved, because we grew up in poverty, and you know, and then further manifesting those as our life. Because 2015 says free yourself. It's also very much about prosperity. Prosperity is what kept coming to me about this year, and also with something coming full circle within our minds, so that we're seeing things in a new perspective. So the full circle aspect is saying, you know, wow, I really saw all those things in my life as crippling and damaging and negative, and, you know, something that was going to keep me from having love, or something that was going to keep me from having success in my business, or something that was going to keep me from having happiness in my life. And now it's just like, wow, because of those things, I now can have success. That's that new perspective thing. Because of those things, I'm now going to have the most amazing love. Because of those things, I'm going to have the most amazing joy in my life. Because a big part of this one too is that balance, and that, you know, we don't really understand the other side of the coin until we have fully saturated ourselves inside our in one side of the coin. So had we not had all that struggle and strife and abuse and neglect, you wouldn't be able to know what kind of life you would want to create that is of the opposite, and that is of magnificence, and that is of being honored and respected for who you are, and valued for what you're here to bring in the grand scheme of things. So, oh, we haven't heard these in the video in a while, huh? The train's going by. The twice a day train. We'll let that pass. Carrying all the tourists. I love when the train comes, or I love when the train comes and I'm out hiking or along the river, because I know all the tourists are like looking out and they're like, oh, she's so lucky. I also, yeah, I love when I'm driving down the driveway and the train goes by, because I know they're all going, oh, I wish I lived right there. I wish I was walking right there. I always think about that. I'll be like, the train's coming, good, they get to see me. They get to see how much fun I'm having in this amazing life of mine. So, you know, even like that, you know, trains carry things away, you know, they move things, they transport things, and this energy, know that it can shift out of you quickly, it can move quickly, it can burn off of you quickly. This is not hard work energy right now, believe it or not. This is as effortless as it comes, which is why I was so excited about this full moon and really kind of getting this message to you about how this is easy. You just have to see it, and you just have to really, and definitely, I just heard that the cleaning of the house is what's really going to facilitate the energy within your body, and within your past lives, and with this old way of thinking to burn away and fall away. So in making the space in your house, in cleaning out those closets, in cleaning out those drawers, and just giving it, just mass loads giving it away. I mean, seriously, it's going to be crazy at the thrift stores because everyone's going to be thinking this right now. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. Last year, you were probably thinking, I'm going to put this farther in the closet. This year, you're thinking, I'm going to clean out that whole closet. I want all room to now create the new space for better things for me, more quality things, maybe smaller numbers, but more quality. So just, you know, it might sound so simple, but if you know the art of feng shui, you know it's not simple. It's everything. I've even wondered too, like how I could be doing so good with my business with how much clutter and junk there is around my house. I think that all the time. Like, how can I have such... I always thought, like, okay, if anything starts to go sour in my job, I'm going to feng shui this place and clean it up. But it would always strike me as like, I can't believe I'm doing so good when there really is a lot that needs to be taken care of here that I have been neglecting. So, but now I just kind of feel like, wow, I'm going to go to so many different higher levels when I finally do this, which is going to be this week. So really kind of think about this. I also, and if you guys can do some kind of ceremony around the house, whether it's saging, you probably always do that anyway, whether it is... you know, I always do this ceremony on the new year. You can do it at any time, really. Especially with this full moon, it'd be really good to do it today. But where you open the windows or the doors, and you just usher out all the old of 2014 that you're ready to let go of. And then after you've done that for a while, you bring in, you welcome in all the new, fresh energy of 2015. So that's a really good ceremony to do at this time. But I also... I need to hang them. I'm going to do that today, but some new prayer flags to like go around your house. If you have them on the front porch, or if you have them in your office, or if you have them anywhere, it's a really good time now to kind of take them out. I'll probably even throw them in the wood burner and burn the old ones. Just to kind of like, all that burning is good right now, but just to kind of put a fresh one up there, start my new prayers, do things to kind of mark a new space right now, whether it's cleaning out your house, the closet, putting up new prayer flags, saging the house, sending the energy off, definitely doing some kind of writing thing where you can, like, you know, I'm going to let go of this, I'm going to let go, because things like with your personality, or things with how you've been seeing life, or how you've been, all the kind of mental things, or perception things, kind of write those down and really think about it, you know, but also think about it with the intention of, you know, you're going to the magical genie right now who's granting you all these wishes, and just really be like, I want to get everything, you know. So really kind of think about, if you want to let go of the mental space of believing that cancer can't be cured, write it down. You know, I'm seeing this healer who's coming to town. I'm seeing him in 2 weeks, and I was talking to the woman who coordinates it, because he's healed people of cancer, everything possible. He even works with people with autism, and he's changed people's lives 180 degrees. But I was telling her, I said, I have it built in me where I believe we all can cure anything. Like, my mind seriously holds the vibration that cancer can be cured. And that's when she was like, well, yeah, look at Louise Hay. And she said that she cured stage 4, which is the last stage, stomach cancer, I guess, is what she said. I didn't know that, because I know so very little, you know, that about me. But it's exciting not knowing much, because everything's brand new and really cool when you do. Really, she cured herself of that? I didn't know that. So, you know, if you have something going on in your body, or even if you don't, you know, that's a really good one to kind of put into, I want to let go of this. I want to let go of the belief that these things can't be cured. I want to hold the mental vibration that they can, you know. So that's something with me. I've always believed that, and the only thing I don't like about believing that is then I feel like the universe will test me. But I guess if I do, then that's part of my path. But put that into your wanting to let go of this year. You know, wanting to transform your thoughts so that you do believe anything is possible, so that you do believe anything that can be cured, so that you do believe you can totally turn your life around no matter what has happened. So that's how valuable this energy is right now. So use that. It's really important that you start moving into a space that is infinite possibilities, and moving into, I can change my life, I can change my circumstances, I can change anything, and it all originates, you know, in your mind. So this would be a great full moon to really like let that go, and to put those things on paper, and to put them all out there, and then put them in your wood burner, or, you know, make a fire and just burn them. Because the fire, you know, even that, I mean, I've always had this, you know, but I've never thought of having a video in front of it until right now. And I got that strong message of, do it in front of the fire. You know, do it in front of the fire, burn off all the energies, and then, you know, even watch how the fire changes with what you're talking about. So I got that whole message, which was cool. Okay, so let's see here. Let me look at the chart. I just wrote it like right before I started because I'm so busy. Oh, and you remember last time how I didn't get the horoscopes done, and then because I was too busy, and I'm in the exact same situation, even 10 times more crazy. So that's why I said I think I'm going to get a day off in March but what I ended up doing last time was doing some really quick written horoscopes, and I sent them in my newsletter. So I'll have the link down below where you can sign up for my newsletter, and I'm going to do the same thing. So on Sunday night, I'm going to spend a couple hours. Instead of 10, I'm going to commit to like 2 or 3 and write up some quick horoscopes for you. So sign up for the newsletter down below, and then they'll get delivered to you right away. I wonder if I can move so that I don't have that big bright light in the way. I'm going to move over this way a little bit. That big bright sunlight. So, okay. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. This is why when I was doing all those readings for the 2015 calendar, I was like, ah, oh my gosh, 2015, 2015. This is so amazing. Like, we can do anything, and it's all going to revolve around, can we believe big enough? You know, can you shoot big enough? Can you cut down those limitations of always, you know, shutting down your life by saying, no, I'm never going to be loved. No, I'm never going to have an easy life. Oh, it's always going to be hard. Oh, you have to work so hard for things and whatever. No, it's just normal to be depressed in life. I mean, there's points to that. There's value in being depressed at times. I had my first depression right before my business took off. And it was really that, like, being fed up with not being seen, and fed up with having this amazing gift and not being seen for it, you know. So it was actually something that shifted me into a new space. So, you know, that's not the worst thing in the world. Woo, look at that fire. It's like on the ceiling now, and like, how cool. Okay, so yeah, so with this, really kind of aligning your mind to all that is possible, aligning your mind to freedom of mental space, in that don't limit yourself. You know, don't hold yourself back in any arena. You might not have it right now, but it's the same thing as a pregnant woman who hasn't given birth yet. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You just have to wait a little longer. You just have to percolate a little longer. You just have to be in this other space a little bit of longer, but in the future, you will have this baby. You know, I always tell that with pregnant people, because they'll get that, like, oh, I just can't wait to have the baby. And I'm like, I think you're going to miss this. I think you're going to miss this point of having that baby in your body, you know? So with your visions and with what you're dreaming of manifesting in your life, honor that it's still in your body. That's not such a bad thing. You know, you're still in the creative space. You're still in the visualization space. You're still in the space of, you know, the cake cooking before it's really done. It's going to be a whole new thing when you take it out, and then it's going to be a whole new thing when you eat it. But enjoy all the steps of it. Don't rush. I'm going to have to go like this much now. Or I guess I could do that. I'm kind of slow with things sometimes. Let's just, oh, but that's going to get more. Okay. There we go. Maybe. Sorry. Letting go of victim mentality, really kind of shifting your mind almost to a brand new space too, if you can think about that. Almost kind of moving things to, you know, thinking in a brand new way. Thinking in almost like closing the door on your old thought patterns, and really saying, no, I'm not going to follow that way anymore. I was programmed into thinking that way. I was born in an older world when we were ingrained to think that way. Really kind of like understand all those ways that you were taking on all this stuff of the old world way, and that it's okay to break, to experience that brittle cut of turning your back on something and saying, no, I'm going to think about it in a new way. I'm going to imagine that I can heal my body. I mean, that's a really progressive mental space, right? Who's going to tell you that's okay? Louise Hay is going to, I guess, from what this woman told me. I'm going to, even though I don't know for fact. I don't know this for fact at all. But in my body, I hear that we can heal anything, that we can bring anything back to that newborn rebirth, reborn space after disease, the phoenix rising, you know, something brand new and new. So I guess my point is really kind of hold that possibility in your mind, in your words, in your outlook on life, that just because you have something that looks like this and feels like this right now doesn't mean your story's over, doesn't mean something isn't yet to come. You know, I hear that a lot with people who are even in their 50s or whatever, and they're like, I don't think I'll ever have a partner. And I'm like, don't even shortchange yourself like that. You know, you don't know. You don't know when you're going to run into someone in some situation, be introduced by someone. You know, why even like put that out there? Because I think especially when we get older, it's so much fun to have a relationship, and especially when it's new and like, you know, like, so don't shortchange yourself in any kind of possibilities in your life. Really hold the space that you can have it all. Really hold the space that you can have a rebirth. Really hold the space that you can heal anything. Really hold the space that all is possible. And it really is just all depending on how your brain is putting together words and how you really, you know, think about the possibilities of life. And this is up for a brand new day, a brand new way of seeing our entire lives as a possibility of unfoldment. Yay. So do you see what I mean? 2015, yay! And you've probably watched all the other astrology videos, so you already know this, so I'm like old news. I really need to get on being more ahead of the schedule. That's my big thing. I just can't wait to be caught up and like, you know, so that I'm sitting around doing nothing and thinking, oh, it's, you know, a month before the full moon, let me put a video out. Like, that's the farthest thing for me to imagine. But I guess even me saying that is saying, hey, think a new thought. You know, you can do this. Work up towards this. Work towards catching up. Work towards, you know, making things faster so you can move through things quicker. So that's my lesson in all of this. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it short. Whoa, 30 minutes. Crazy short. And kind of, I feel like I've said everything. I think, you know, it's time to break off from something. It's time to let go of as much as you can. Realize too that as much as you are letting go of is the space that you're creating for something new and better to arrive. So lift that mattress up, clean under that bed, really like go crazy with getting rid of all this old crap that is just sucking your energy dry and keeping this space full of things you don't even want. When by cleaning them out and making the space, you can bring in a whole bunch of more things that you really do want. So yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna go sign up for my newsletter. I'll have the link down there below, and then I'm going to work on those in about 24 hours, so you'll get the email. And if you are in Gmail, know that it goes into promotions, just so you know. So you might have to go over there to find that. But I'll be working on those tomorrow night. And you have a beautiful full moon, and just really know that an absolute 100% brand new day is showing up in all of our lives, and a brand new level of potential for what we can manifest and for what we're going to be doing in this next year. So really feel the excitement of that, and really know that everything you're clearing out right now, everything you're letting go of right now, really is powerful in the sense of what it's going to shift in this next year, and in the sense of what it's going to be able to allow you to manifest. So let go of those old loves, let go of those old ways of thinking nobody's going to love you, and everything has to be hard, and you're never going to have a lot of money, and all that stuff. Just let that go and replace it with this brand new way of saying, you know what, I know someone really awesome is going to love me, and I know I'm going to manifest enough money to have 2 homes and to travel and to whatever, and I know that I'm going to be making a living from doing my creative work, and I know I'm going to manifest a job that I love to the point where every day feels valuable to me and nothing gets me down because I love my life and I love my job. So really just put that out there right now as the possibility. Okay, my loves, I will see you soon, and I will see you soon with those written, so I'm sure they'll be wonderful. I'll go into more detail with each sign for you. Okay, have a beautiful day. See you soon.